Hi guys, welcome back. I wanted to kind of experiment on still continuing on with like the 10-minute sketching, but oh, look at that. I'm wearing floral pattern shirt and I'm drawing flowers. Oh, okay, funny. Sorry. But I would like to continue drawing just things that are around the house. You may not have a vase full of beautiful fake flowers, but you know, like Michael's always has great deals, and you know, this is just a picture that I had at my house that I brought home. But the material that I want to use and start using for next couple of sessions is ballpoint pens. I know you steal them. I steal them from hotels and places. I didn't steal them on purpose, but you know, they end up in my purse, so I guess I did steal them. But ballpoint pens are a really great resource. And you ask, I'm like, how do I erase it? I'm like, the beauty of it is you don't, and you can't erase. So there's a way of drawing with a ballpoint pen. Pick any pen. I like the ballpoint pen. Sometimes blue is better than black, but it's all up to you. But I'll take one of these that I stole from a hotel, and what you're going to do is you can change the weight. You can press harder. You can press like a straight hard length and use that, or you can actually go lighter. So there's like a huge difference in how you can start sketching. So we're going to try to sketch this vase of flowers with a ballpoint pen and no erasers. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing. We're going to break this down into this whole thing is like a big rectangle for me. So I'm going to draw myself a big light rectangle. You can barely see it. So I'm holding my pen really, really lightly. And then from here to here, sorry. From here to here, it's about halfway. So I want to still give myself my halfway mark, my center mark, and then we're going to start with this vase. If you look at this vase, it's actually like a cylinder. So it's circular on top. And I love that fact that I have just the fake flowers because I can reuse them over and over again. So we're going to use this as our cylinder. So our rectangular cylinder is actually going to fit right in here. So I made a smaller box. So we're going to go draw a cylinder. And it doesn't have to be perfect. And literally, I'm going to give myself 10 minutes to do it, okay? And the cool thing about using a pen is you can kind of come up with your own style, whether you want to be a messy style or a cleaner style. It's up to you. And it's kind of hard to hold it like a regular pencil where the lead, you know, is all around like this. A pen, you know, all the ballpoint, it just that's where the ink comes out of. So sometimes I may have to, you know, change how I grip it and handle it. I'm going to draw this, add my handle in, just roughly. I'm going to do it really rough, just get it started. And then I'm going to start adding flowers. I'm not going to draw all the flowers because it'll just take forever. But I'll maybe pick something to do a nice arrange. Like maybe I'll start with this one. I'm going to fit the flower in there. There's another flower coming this way, that way. And then here it's a little empty. So then I have this one, the angle that I'm sitting at, it's more of an oval. And there's another one. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 flowers that I'm going to draw. And flowers, when I'm drawing flowers, it's really critical that you start from the center and that you understand that there's a stem starting from the center, and the stem goes all the way through and connects into the picture or into the vase. So I like to have my stem, and I imagine that it's going in like this. Because when you're drawing something and you're just drawing the stems going in this way, it'll pinch in here. But naturally, when you're drawing a flower and the stem comes out, it'll go through all the way through into the vase, and it makes a connection. You know, so then it actually makes it flow more naturally than you drawing a bunch of stems sticking out of a vase and having nothing connect here. Because on top of that, this is actually clear, so I can actually see all the stems coming out. Okay, so rough placement. Now I'm going to go and jump in and start working on the flowers. I see the center of this one. And you know, if you look at sunflowers, sometimes they have like textures. So I'm doing really rough, just rough flower, rough seeds in the center. And then I'm going to start drawing just each petal. But notice that I have my smaller circle here, and then I have my the outside circle. And that's where all my petals are going to all land. Because if you pluck all these petals out and lay them out, they're all about the same length and width. But notice that these are now going to flow all the way around. So if it's difficult for you to draw them in just one direction, churn your paper and continue. So they don't look like they're just all leaning to one side. I mean, that's key. Let the paper, utilize the paper as much as you can. And I'm looking at just the rough petals because the flower petals aren't perfect. So I want to just go ahead and just do some rough flower petal shapes. And notice I'm churning the whole way around. Okay, that's key. Don't force yourself to draw like with your arm crooked and it just looks funny. So I drew a flower and leaves going all the way around, and all I did was churn the paper and did the same leaf next to each other. And if you wanted to go into more detail, you notice that there's another set of leaves right behind it. So you can do that, but these are a little darker, so I'm going to add a little shadow to it. So it makes it feel, so shadowing means I'm going to add a little color, you know, and then there's some wrinkles in this. I love wrinkles. Wrinkles are my favorite thing to do because then it just adds texture to what you're drawing. I love drawing wrinkly old people. It's so much fun. And just adding a little bit of detail that you're adding to your flowers. And then I love wrinkles. And you don't even have to finish it. You're just giving yourself a little bit of time just to get started. I like drawing on napkins when I'm at restaurants. My favorite is to draw on envelopes while I'm on the phone. So I can do this while I'm on the phone or listening to music. And that's one of my flowers that just started. Okay, and I know this one is curving slightly. And I'm just going to add my stem. Okay, one flower. And then the other flower, the circle is churned a little bit differently. It's actually facing this way. So we're going to change the direction of that. And you can't even tell that I drew like an outer line because I'm still drawing the outer line. That's where all my petals are going. Okay. I'm outlining the center part where all the seeds are by drawing little circles, but they're not even perfect circles, and that's okay. When I was a kid, my favorite thing to draw while I was listening to lectures at school was bunny rabbits. I don't know. I don't even like bunnies. They're really cute, but I would just draw bunnies everywhere, all over my paper until I got into a lot of trouble. But it helped me draw ovals, and I was really good at it. I would just draw bunnies hopping across my schoolwork. And my mom and dad were pretty cool about it. My teacher did not like it because I went to school in Korea and they don't like it when I scribble all over the books. But so once again, I'm going to go and draw more petals. And if you notice here, like these are can go a little shorter and they're going to be a little bit longer. And those are small little details that will just kind of help you see things. So did I do it opposite? Possibly. So the fact that you can't erase is even cooler because everything that you do, I'm not even drawing, I'm just actually just putting in shades and textures. Ta-da! And then this has a stem that goes in this way. Okay. And then these two are very similar, but this one's a different flower. So this one is going to be a little trickier because actually the flower is bigger. And we'll start with the center again. I like starting with the center because whenever you look at nature and you look at those, you know, like at 2 o'clock in the morning when you can't sleep, don't you watch those dumb nature channels where, you know, they put things on slow-mo and you watch a flower bloom from the little bud, and when you watch things like that, you see that everything blooms from the center and it spreads out. So we always want to draw like how nature was meant to grow. Even though we're using plastic flowers, just keeping that in mind really helps me, at least, kind of get a sense of how nature really develops. So I like to draw my center first, and from there I will draw my petals. The petals are a little bit larger on these, and they're a lot more complex, but it's the same feeling. Petals on this side, they actually are a little shorter. Let me get these in. Oh, actually, these are a little more rounded at top. And even though I made a mistake and just rounded them, they still look okay. They look pretty good, I think. Turn. And then, let's see. And they look a little shorter here because the angle that I'm sitting at. There's always wrinkles too. Flower. And there's more layers back here. Ah, my pen. It's dying. No, I'm kidding. I have more in my pocket, in my purse. I actually carry Sharpie markers and draw on you know, those dinner paper plates when you go to Asian restaurants and they don't want to give you a nice tablecloth, so they give you a piece of paper. Yeah, that's where I draw on. And my kids do that too, all the time. And then I want to make the center a little darker, so I'm going to go over very lightly and add a texture to just make it stand out a little bit more. And then you have the stem from here, and possibly, oh, I don't see a leaf. Oh, I see a leaf right here. Big leaf. But the funny thing is the edges are jagged, so I'm going to add some jagged edges to it. And when I'm shading, I'm going to shade according to, like if you look at the veins on a leaf, they start from the center and spread out. So I'm going to shade according to that. Just very lightly. You can't really tell it's a leaf, but it's okay. So I've got a couple flowers here. We're going to do one over here. And this one's kind of cool because I can see the underside of it. If you look here, it kind of looks like a big triangle with like a little, what is it, some jagged edges. So from here, then you have like the underside of the leaves right here. They're more triangular, a little bit, you know, jagged. So I have that. I'll start with that. And then I'm going to draw petals. And these are very similar to these. They're a little bit more rounded. But this is something that you can have in your purse or your pocket. And just whip out when you're bored. Instead of just playing on your phone, you can sit and draw anything, like literally anything. I like drawing people who are doing other stuff. I mostly like drawing things. Coffee cups, whatnot. Wrinkles. And every line that you put in there, it's just an additional texture. Everything. Here, there's some leaves. Same thing here. Another flower. Oh, I have a couple more minutes. It's going to have the same triangular underside in the base. And then we're going to draw some flower petals that come out. Short ones are the ones closer. And then now I'm getting a little messy. Rough. And then we're going to go and finish this base up. But with a ballpoint pen and no eraser, you can totally draw something. That looks like you spent a lot of time on. And it's going to take a lot of practice. You know, you're not going to be able to do this right away. You just start small. I started with drawing like little arrows. I would literally sit there and draw little arrows and color them in, and then change direction and flip and flop and just draw whatever comes to mind. But just grab a pencil or a pen and get started. Don't sit there and go, don't overthink it. That's I have a lot of students who have a problem with that because they want it to be perfect the first time they do it. Oh, honey, it's not going to be perfect, and that's okay. I don't want, like today, I was just teaching a student, and he was just overthinking the complexity and the color, and I was like, honey, just put color down, and then if it's wrong, we'll move it and change it. But don't sit there hesitating because you're not sure of what you're going to do before you even start. So just get a piece of paper. I don't care if it's newspaper or magazine. I know we don't carry a lot of paper products anymore, but you know, having a little notebook. I love drawing on lined paper. Anything. Just get started. I hope this inspires you to go grab or steal a pen and grab a piece of paper, a napkin, any scratch paper, and just start drawing what you see around you. You don't have to go and buy something to draw it. You can draw your finger, your hand, a watch you're wearing, your Fitbit, whatever. Just start somewhere. Oh, maybe next time you can draw a pen. But I just want to inspire you to take 10 minutes of your time while you're drinking a cup of coffee or having a drink, taking a little downtime, and start sketching something. Okay? I hope you enjoyed our video today, and I hope we can meet again. And if you like this video, just press like for me, and feedback is great. So hopefully I'll see you guys next time. Okay? Thanks. Bye.